Welcome to Baby Kraken's channel. This is Guide to Archetype Strategies of Pirates Outlaws, Part 2. In this video, I'll walk you through some of the more low-key archetypes in the game. If you haven't seen Part 1 yet, you can click here to check it out. Before we jump in, just keep this in mind. Most of the archetypes covered here are more about fun than pure competitiveness. Skill. Several characters naturally support the skill damage archetype to having built-in skill damage in their base deck. While First Mate Vigilante does not primarily rely on skill damage, it is the one, in my opinion, synergizes particularly well with skill-based build. There are no relics that scale with skill archetype. However, a few relics provide minor sources of skill damage. That said, these relics are supplementary and don't provide enough damage on their own to carry fights. So how does a skill deck actually work? Skill damage falls into two major categories: hero skill damage and non-hero skill damage. Hero skill damage includes the following. Those cards serve as one of the primary damage sources for their respective characters. On the other hand, non-hero skill damage consists of obtainable skill cards, including Gain of Shark, Forbidden Magic, Tornado, Bare Soul, and Unity, to name a few that are consistently strong. Skill damage is strong for one simple reason: it ignores a lot of the game's usual restrictions. First, it's not affected by damage reduction from a card's effects or weaken. Second, it hits enemies in spirit form. Third, it bypasses counterattack mechanics. Fourth, most importantly, it works against Bound Skeleton in the arena and Tombstones in Curse Book Bounty. While most characters do not rely entirely on skill damage, adding one or two cards can significantly improve consistency against specific enemies. If I had to pick one gameplay example, Flood immediately springs to my mind. It's incredibly rare to collect all the skill damage at once on the characters I intended to play, and then still manage to survive and win a bounty. It's the kind of a run you can only hope to get. Removed. When it comes to the remove archetype, there are 4 characters that can reliably aim for it: Inventor, Bear Tamer, and their First Mate versions. I play all 4 with remove build, and yes, they all work. Message Battle is to the remove archetype what Tails in Battle is to discard. It takes the archetype to a different level. Other useful relics like Necklace, Crystal Dagger, and Crystal Axe act as excellent supporting pieces if you manage to find them. All 4 of these characters come with stable ways to remove cards. Inventors generate one-time use cards, while Bear Tamers have command and playmate. For characters without inherent removal mechanics, the next best option is to rely on skills that can consistently do the job. Knife Trick is by far the best card to build a run. An 8 can also add some fun interactions. And if none of that works, honestly, picking up random remove cards isn't the worst thing either. The remove archetype works in both Navigate and Arena. My top recommended location is Soul's Rift, since it offers access to both Message Battle and Necklace. From there, tanking a portal to Port Elysia is also a solid route. One important reminder when playing a remove deck: don't use all your remove cards too early, especially in longer fights. Since remove cards are single-use effects, it's best to plan the timing carefully. Examples of this archetype in Arena include Arena Remove Playstyle, Arena Run with First Mate Bear Tamer, Arena Run with First Mate Inventor. Links are in the description, feel free to check them out. Shield. When it comes to the shield archetype, Doctor and First Mate Doctor are the absolute standouts. having no armor limit is completely insane. That said, shield builds are not exclusive to them. I've successfully built a run shield with several other characters as well. Pendant and Conch are the two most representative relics for shield-focused builds. Pendant allows you to stack a massive amount of shield at once, while Conch builds up the shield little by little. Bracer deserves a special mention, as it turns your shield directly into damage and enables some very aggressive playstyles. The remaining relics act as strong support pieces depending on what you manage to pick up. To build a shield deck, the first requirement is a reliable damage source. Besides hero-specific cards like Fire Purification and Smash, you should be on the lookout for either Blind Charge, Throw Shield, or Explosive Armor. Next, you need a consistent way to stack large amounts of shields. Ice Shield from Northern Lands is a huge accelerator if you can find it. Other strong options include Reinforce from Salt's Rift, as well as Curse Shield from Lost Island. Last but not least, for sporting cards, Emergency Rations and Portable Banana are the icing on the cake and can push the build beyond expectations. The playstyle is very straightforward. Stack shields, then convert it into damage. This archetype excels at both defense and offense. The main threats to watch out for are enemies that completely remove your shield and those that deal penetration damage. The video shown here is the most underrated card of First Mate Musician. Just how underrated is it? Go check it out. Other videos featuring the shield archetype are also linked in the description. Rage. First Mate Musician and Chicken are the two characters that directly support the rage mechanics. First Mate Musician's dancing stance and enthusiastic status consume 1 rage to guarantee critical hits. Chicken's broken egg can apply 1 rage under competitive status. In addition, First Mate Chicken's Angry Monkey and First Mate Alchemist's Bonfire, one of the products from her Approximate Alchemy, can also provide rage. However, a remove card and an RNG dependent card are simply not consistent enough to count down throughout the entire fight. The same issue with Explorer's Rage Skull, which can easily be replaced by the enemy's very first action in combat. Among all rage-related relics, Horn is my absolute #1 pick. It provides a 50% damage bonus inside of the usual 25%. Every time you get it, the rest of the run instantly feels smoother and easier. Any card that applies rage can do the job. Personally, I usually go for Anger or Fake Action, simply because they're easy to use and fit into most decks without friction. Rage cards are like chili powder in a dish. You don't need much, just a pinch can completely change the flavor. In gameplay terms, a single rage card is often enough to increase damage output and improve combat efficiency. So next time you're struggling to reroll for a relic, why not just pick up 1 rage card and let it do the work? While there is no dedicated rage build video on the channel yet, First Mate Musician Eastern Seas Speed Run effectively demonstrates the practical impact of rage on overall performance. Curse. It goes without saying that the archetype belongs to only 2 characters, Curse Captain and First Mate Curse Captain. If you're not playing one of them, you're honestly just making life harder for yourself. Among all curse-related relics, none of them are truly crucial. Both Curse Captain and First Mate Curse Captain already possess strong inherent curse interaction, making relic support optional rather than essential. On paper, there are many cards related to curses. Some generate curses like Shovel Blow, Draining Shot, Poison Banana, and Wet Ammo. Some remove curses to gain other effects, such as Blazing Fire, Waste Not, Sleight of Hand, Purify, Shifting Shot, and firm well. Others make use of curses indirectly, like curse magic and enchanted ammo. But in reality, it's almost impossible to use these cards properly unless you're playing Curse Captain or First Mate Curse Captain. From my experience outside of Flows 2, these cards often end up becoming a handicap to your deck rather than a benefit. The Curse archetype provides significant advantages in encounters where curses are frequently applied. It performs extraordinarily well against certain high difficulty bosses that other characters struggle with, including Crassus, the rich man in Lost Island, and basically every boss in Soul's Reef and Skull's Island. On top of that, enemies that constantly apply curses actually stop being a threat and sometimes even work in your favor. The new style Curse Captain is a masterpiece that blends curse, discard, and multi-hit strategies. Also, don't miss the strategy with Curse Trilogy I made about a year ago. Weaken. First Mate Swordmaster is the only character born with a weakened identity. Imitate Kick and Skewer in her base deck already form a clean combo, making her the natural home for this archetype. In spite of that, I also completed successful arena run with Curse Captain. Since Curse Captain deals skill damage, he isn't affected by weaken at all. In many situations, replacing mark or injury with weaken can actually save your life. In my mind, Grayscale is the core component for a truly solid weaken build, mainly due to the rarity of weaken cards. Broken Bass also performs surprisingly well against high damage enemies, especially when you flip the status from Rage into a 50% damage reduction. As mentioned earlier, weakened cards are not easy to come by. More common ones include Disarm and Arrow to the Knee for attacks. Lost Island expands the card pool with Bone Spear, Explosive Trap, Kraken Attack, and most importantly, Untapped Potential, which applies weaken to yourself. Lastly, Intimidate is not a strong option if you're aiming for a heavier weaken focused build. Weaken shines far more in hard mode than in normal Navigate, since enemies receive major boosts in both damage and buffs. Reducing enemies' damage output provides substantial defensive value. However, the archetype suffers from inconsistency due to limited cards and relic availability. Full builds are difficult to assemble without favorable drops. Hopefully, we'll see a dedicated weaken package added to the game in the future. For a clear showcase, Hard Mode First Mate Swordmaster weaken build is an excellent example that highlights the true charm of weaken. Ammo. First Mate Bear Tamer is hands down the best character for the ammo archetype thanks to Playmate, which directly scales with ammo capacity. That said, ammo isn't locked to her alone. Any character can have fun when getting access to more ammo slots. Any relic that increases your maximum ammo size qualifies as a key piece for the ammo archetype. Powder Box combined with Jade Talisman creates a particularly strong interaction for characters with 3 ammo slots, and it's something I highly recommend trying at least once. Energy Cube is a special case for ammo builds. It heals 1 HP for each empty ammo slots at the end of your turn. At first glance, it sounds underwhelming. However, if you have no ammo, the healing is double. That means with only 3 empty ammo slots, you heal 6 HP every turn. The X package offers the strongest synergy with large ammo pools. All 4 cards scale extremely well and shine in different situations. Power Overdraft enables ammo-based strategies for melee characters, adding a variation to standard routine. Seal of Strength performs exceptionally well in extended boss encounters, notably for multi-hit damage ones. Magic Ammo surprised me in Arena removed playstyle, as it remains effective even with 3 ammo slots. And Magic Missile? Enough said. If you're missing the X package, Thunder Ammo and Lead Shell are excellent substitutes that keep the engine running smoothly. Ammo is a low-key but powerful archetype that's absolutely worth trying. At its core, the logic is simple. Cards consume ammo, and more ammo slots mean more stored ammo and more actions per turn. Arena Stage 70 Monkey Borders is widely ranked by players of the top 3 difficult arena bosses. With a proper ammo build, however, it becomes far less threatening than expected. One of my favorite showcases is in Bounty Challenge with First Mate Cursed Captain. At 10 minutes and 7 seconds, I had Powder Box, Powder Bag, and other 4 top tier relics. Holding 2 Plague and 2 Deserter while still cruising to victory is peak ammo gameplay. Random. Strictly speaking, this isn't even a real archetype. Instead, it represents a design philosophy inherent to roguelike games. Pirates Outlaws contains numerous cards and relics with built-in random effects. Alchemist fusions, Inventor's inventions, and Vigilante's lucky and unlucky are all examples of how randomness becomes part of a gameplay. When I think of randomness, one relic instantly comes to my mind. Magic Box. Transform into a random relic when you get this is pure excitement. You never know what you're going to get, and that's the thrill. I once bought it from the market as Cursed Captain, and it turns into Candle. Pirates Bay is full of cards that embrace randomness. Procure, On Guard, and Book of Tactic are the most prominent examples. Trade and Dice Trick also perfectly match the theme, and then there's surprise present from the Bone Breaker in Soul's Rift. The ultimate gamble that fully commits you to a random hand. The randomness playstyle emphasizes adaptability over consistency, as it introduces significant variance. This playstyle is best enjoyed by veterans who already have a solid understanding of the game, since adapting to whatever the game throws at you is a real challenge. There's no dedicated randomness gameplay on the channel yet, but it's been on my mind for a long time. So who knows? Whether it happens or not, well, that's RNG for you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my Pirates Outlaws contents, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which archetype you would like to try in the next run.